also have all of my makeup brushes. All of the makeup brushes that I could need to put on my face. Everything that I need to put on my face. The small brushes, the bigger brushes, the little bitty brushes. And I just put it in this container so that it's easier for me to find them. So that's that. And then I also have my two palettes of eyeshadow. So the first one that I have is this Naked Urban Decay makeup palette. It is a mini palette, the Naked 3 Naked Urban Decay mini palette. I will open it up for you so you can see what it looks like on the inside. So those are all of the beautiful colors, and it even tells you what they are called. It tells you what they are called, so it goes from darker to light, dark to light. And then I also have my Morphe palette, which so many of you have seen in my previous makeup videos. This is my Morphe palette, and I will also open this one up for you so you can see all of the different colors. There are lots of different colors that I can choose from like oranges and different shades of red to more brown, the lighter shades, the darker shades. So I'll be using a little bit of these and a little bit of the other ones throughout this video. So the first thing I'm gonna do is grab my actual makeup bag. Grabbing my Betsy Johnson makeup bag, and let's see what's in here. So I'm just gonna grab a few things out of here first to get started. Okay, so the things that I always start out with are my concealer, my Mary Kay concealer. Focus, Mary Kay concealer. The next product I'm going to use is my CC cream, which is very similar to like a moisturizer, but it also is a tinted moisturizer, so that is going to go all over my face as well. And then the other product I use is my foundation. have some color to it. It will have some color so that my face doesn't look so white. Because right now my face looks pretty white. So I'm just blotting this in all over the face. Blending it, blotting it. Just doing a little bit of both. Making sure that it gets all over my face, even down here underneath my neck, so that I don't have any weird lines. You don't want any weird makeup lines on your face, because then you will look really, really silly, and you don't want that. So I'm just blending this in. And of course you want to make sure that you get a color that matches your skin. It has to match your skin, otherwise you will look orange or a lot tanner than you probably should be. A lot tanner. So for the winter time, I'm always more pale than the summer. So I have to use a different color than I would during the summer. Make sure you do that so that you don't look like an orange mess. Okay, so that is really, really blended into the face. I like to really blend it in, make sure that it's all nice and set on the skin. I probably over pat it, but you know what? That's just how I like to do it. Pat, 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 pat. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so we are done with this brush. We are done with this brush. We no longer need it, so I'm gonna put it back where it belongs. Okay, next. Next thing I'm using is my powdered foundation. You just want to kind of shake it up upside down to get some of the powder out of the container. You just want to kind of shake it for a second. Maybe get a little bit of taps. And yep, that's not enough. So I'm just gonna knock it a little bit. Nope, still not. So you just gotta keep kind of shaking it and patting it. Why are you not coming out? This method normally works. There we go. Okay, so that's about how much you want in your lid. That's about how much you want in the lid. So you can put the other part to the side. You just need the lid at this point. So what I do is I take this brush. I take this little brush here and I just tap, and do a little. You always gotta do that. And then you kind of gotta bang it into your table or even your hand. Since we're doing ASMR, we gotta be a little bit more quiet, So it's gonna be deeply into this brush so that when I blend it into my face, it will blend nicely and it won't just like cake all onto one side. So it's fully blended, or not fully blended, it's fully in the brush, and you just want to take it and start rubbing it all over your face. Just rubbing it under the eyes, on the forehead. I even like to put it up here on my eyes. products. And then you can put all of your other products that you got out that you don't need anymore back into your makeup bag. Okay. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is some blush. We're going to do some blush on the base. So I'm going to grab my makeup brush that I need for my blush and also my little blush palette here. This is my blush palette from Mary Kay. If you haven't noticed by now, all I really use is Mary Kay products. So if you see here, this is the blush that I'm going to be using. It does have 3 different shades. Hello, I'm over here. It does have 3 different shades of eyeshadow, but we will not be using those. We are just going to be using the blush. Just the blush, okay? Next is the makeup brush. This is the makeup brush that I will be using for my blush. So the difference in this brush is it is more of an angled brush. You see how it is such a bummer because this eyebrow is actually really, really pretty, but not so much this one. So I just have this eyebrow pencil. You can use any eyebrow pencil that you have, and it is in the shade of brown. I don't know, it doesn't say on here. Yeah, it does. It just says brown. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be using this side of the pencil. It also has a mascara eyebrow one on this side. Here, I'll just show you really quick. So it looks like that, but I never use it. I don't feel like it works as well as this one, so we're going to be using this side, and I always do my better eyebrow first so that I can copy it on the not so beautiful eyebrow. So I'm always going to start on this part of the eyebrow and just kind of blend it in. I don't really do much on this eyebrow in particular because it already looks how I want it to. And you're just gonna glide it along the eyebrow, just giving it some extra color. This I may need to be doing in a mirror because it's hard for me to see in that lens. So 1 second. Okay, yes, this is much better. Yeah, so you're just going to fill in the areas that you feel like are kind of struggling a little bit, and you're going to just keep doing that. You're just going to keep doing that until you have your eyebrows looking the way that you want them to. So that looks pretty good to me on this side. Now you can really tell how messed up this eyebrow is, so I gotta do a lot of work on this one, but we're gonna get it going. So I'm gonna do the same thing, just fill in the areas that already have eyebrow and gliding it down the side, and then filling in, just filling it in nicely. You really want to make sure your eyebrows look pretty much the same, because if not, then people will definitely be able to tell, and that never really goes over too well. So I'm just going to continue to fill this one in until I like the way that it looks. Let's see, is that similar? It's a little bit more square than I would like, but you know, it's pretty dang close, so we're just going to leave it. Maybe I could make this one more square. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. You don't want to mess with them too much because then you start looking silly. So that is the eyebrows. It's very simple. You're just following the line of your own eyebrow and then just fixing the areas that need a little bit of help. Okay, that's it. That's all you do on that. Okay, so we're gonna put these back into the makeup bag. Don't forget to put it back in the makeup bag so that you don't lose any of your makeup. Okay, this, but I put it right here. I put it right here. Okay, just same thing right here. And that always gives me the color that I want the lighter part to be. So that one, and then those three in the Naked palette. That's all you need for the lighter part. Okay, I'm gonna put this makeup brush away and get a different one. I'm going to put this one away and get a different brush for the darker part of the eye. So this is the brush that I'm going to be using. It has more of that little curve, kind of like the what's it called? The blush did, and that just fits nicely in this part of the crease on the eye. So that is why I use it. Okay. So now I am going to do the darker part of the eye. So I mix this one right here, this one, and a little bit of this reddish color down here. Just blow it off, and then you're just going to put it right up here into the crease of your eye. And you just keep blending it. Just keep blending it until you like the color of the eyes. And I don't go all the way down here. I kind of stop like right here and then drag it back. And then if you feel like it's too red, you can always add a little bit more of the brown color. Just a little bit more of the brown color, and just keep blending. Keep blending it until you get the shade that you want it to be. Okay, so that looks pretty much like how I want it. And so we're gonna boop, 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 and right there for this other eye, same thing, just drag it halfway and then blend it into the eye, and just keep blending, blending, blending. Just blend, 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 and until you get it the same shade as the other eye. So I'm going to add a little bit more brown, just a little bit. Just a little bit more so that it matches the other eye. Okay. I think I may have put that a little bit too high, but I can fix it. I can fix that. Okay, there we go. I know it looks crazy right now, but I promise you once I'm done, the full look will make sense. Okay, so since I am not loving this eye right here, I'm going to take this one that I used for the lighter part, and I'm just going to bring it right up here on the top and just kind of blend it in a little bit. And then what I do is I take my foundation brush and just rub this out just a little bit. Just rubbing it out so that it's not so harsh. There we go. Okay. And then since I can't really get this off as much as I want, I'm just going to take my finger and gently rub it so that it doesn't look so crazy. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so you are done with both of these eyeshadow brushes. We are done with those, so we're going to put those away. We are done with our eyeshadow palettes, so I'm going to put those away. Okay, so we just have a few things left that we need, just a few, not that many. So I'm going to grab what I same thing, just keep applying it until you get the consistency that you want. So it's gonna look like that, okay? It's gonna look like that, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the other eye. Same thing, just kind of bowing it out a bit, just a little bit, nothing crazy. Okay, so that's what it should look like. I would never normally do that, but I'm doing it, okay. Okay, so yes, that's what it's gonna look like. And then we are going to put this up. We're just going to put this one up because we don't need it anymore. You gotta put it back in your bag. Put it back in your bag, okay? Now we're going to use this Maybelline, the Falsies mascara. Maybelline Falsies. I actually need to get another one of these. I'm almost out of this as well. So you're just going to take it and brush it up the eye. Brush it up the eyelashes. I'm going to use my little mirror again, just so that I don't ruin my makeup that I just worked so hard on. So just keep fluffing those eyelashes up until you like the way that they look. Just keep fluffing them. Fluff, fluffing them up. See, like that. See how much of a difference that makes, just really fluffing them. Okay, and then you're gonna do a little bit of the bottom, just a little bit. Don't go crazy. But that just really helps the eye look complete. That really just helps your eye look complete. And just go over it a few more times until you get it exactly how you want it. Like that. Okay, it's very simple, nothing crazy. I'm just going to put it back in here and get a little bit more of the product. Just getting a little bit more of the product. There we go. Okay, same thing with this other eye. Just getting it all over the eyelashes, fluffing them up. Just fluffing them up like this. And trying to make it look just like the other eye. That is so important with putting on makeup. Try to make it look like the other eye. It really will help make your makeup look that much better. Okay, so that looks pretty similar. Yeah, so we're gonna add to the bottom now. Just don't poke yourself in the eye like I just did. Just adding a little bit down here. Okay, just adding that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna fluff it up one more time at the top. One more time up here. Just fixing the little ones. There we box, and you want to make sure that you take your makeup bag and just zip it back up so that nothing falls out of the bag. And then you're just gonna put everything back up and take a look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of the makeup job that you just did. But that is my makeup look that I've been doing recently that I've really been liking, and I appreciate all of y'all asking about it in the comments. So that is how I do it. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.